Hello all and welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well. Decent amount to cover today, so I'm just going to sort of jump straight into it. In terms of the general market overview, trending sort of down / sideways from yesterday's sort of explosion that we saw. However, this is completely normal, natural movement for a market. Regardless of that, we'll jump into the news. There's an awful lot again to cover today for Hbar as things continue to ramp up as we approach Q2. Obviously, moving into Q2, we will then start to see the DeFi and staking protocols ramp up, and the Hbar Foundation and the team are stepping up their marketing game in order to help try and push and gain that exposure that we're looking for. In terms of the general crypto markets today, I wanted to cover this tweet here from Watcher Guru. The AIRBNB CEO says they are actively exploring accepting Bitcoin and crypto as payment methods. So for those of you who are not aware, Airbnb is effectively a platform which enables people like myself and you guys to rent out any accommodation you have. So you may have a home, a holiday home. You can effectively rent it out for short stay periods, a couple of days, maybe a weekend, via their platform. And it's gained quite a lot of popularity and notoriety in the sort of backpacker and traveling communities. So this is quite a big use case for crypto anyway, and sort of brings it more into that mainstream world. If we flick over, one of the things I wanted to cover in this video today is, if you guys have missed it because you're not following me on Twitter, I've started pushing out some of these infographics. This one started trending on the Hbar hashtag, which is fantastic. As we can see here, it is a comparison of the transaction fees in US dollars for several layer one cryptos. I've seen a lot of comments asking about XRP being added to these, etc. I won't add XRP because they're not a true layer one. They're more of a remittance and payment system. I will be adding ADA or Cardano to the next group of infographics that I push out. I'm going to regularly do these over on Twitter, so if you guys aren't following me over there, I suggest you have a look at my Twitter account and follow along to keep up to date with these as I push them out. Anyway, what's happening today on Hedera? So one of the big pieces of news we've seen today is that Leeway Hertz, Hedera Hashgraph consulting service, has just put together a peer-to-peer lending platform built on top of Hashgraph. Now, this is massive. This is one of the first sort of use cases we're seeing in the crypto space. For peer-to-peer, there's not very much peer-to-peer lending at the moment because it's filled with sort of red tape and scalability issues, and there's a lot of regulation that's required in peer-to-peer lending. However, what we can see is that they have developed a solution built using Hashgraph on top of Hedera. So the idea being is that me or you could effectively sign up as a lender or a borrower, and there's a third person in this effectively who's a guarantor as well potentially. But we can see here the borrower or the investor lender effectively sets up a profile. The borrower has to add collateral effectively. If you're an investor, you're selecting your investment type and criteria, as well as any funds that you're giving. You interview between the two parties. There's an exception or rejection on both sides. A loan is agreed and embedded within a smart contract. So this is obviously where the Hedera smart contracts comes in. That feeds into a smart contract, gets processed by Hashgraph across the gossip to gossip protocol with the nodes. And then that is a predetermining factor before the payments and the money gets sent between them. So really, really cool use case here for Hashgraph, and this could really be explosive for the ecosystem. Again, this is starting to see that development of development of DeFi and decentralized finance and financial services and systems built on top of Hashgraph that we're all looking for. This could really see a step up in the transactions we see over on the network. Flicking over as well, there's another use case I wanted to touch on today called UNIBRIGHT. So enterprise blockchain solution from Germany. A team full of blockchain specialists, architects, developers and consultants with over 20 years experience in business and process integration. Baseless blockchain for baselining, consulting and low code integration tools. I have covered a couple of low code integration tools before that are using Hedera, but UNIBRIGHT are one of the latest to join the Hedera network, and they are utilizing Hashgraph to help build these services for other enterprises, companies and individuals. Amazing stuff. Again, like every other use case we seem to see on Hedera, this is another one that's spread out into a different sector. And they're using DeFi and tokenization. So UNIBRIGHT Frequity is our 360 solution for services in all relevant stages of the tokenization process and their integration into markets and system landscapes. So they offer several different products: token definition, issuance, custodian services, exchange and liquidity integration, derivatives, and portfolios, all built on top of Hedera. Hopefully you guys are starting to understand how powerful Hashgraph truly is. There are very, very few projects within the space that have this far of a wide-reaching net in terms of industries and use cases. The possibilities for this are really endless. So UNIBRIGHT offers Frequency, as mentioned, a distributed ledger agnostic platform for business to compliantly tokenize assets. And then the idea being is that they will add additional support for tokens on Hedera using the Hedera token service. Their integration is via the Hedera token service. Great stuff. Flicking over as well, talking about the comments from the AIRBNB CEO, the Hbar Foundation on the 28th, so a couple of days ago now, announced that they officially partnered with Travala.com, the Lido crypto-friendly travel agency. So distributed workforces, nomads, and travelers can now access 3 million and counting travel products using Hbar natively. This is absolutely fantastic. So if you guys haven't heard of Travala before, they're a bit like Trivago or other sort of hotel and travel booking / planning apps. So you can find your stay, your flights, and your activities all within one platform, and you can effectively book your package holiday or your stay, your backpacking trip, whatever it may be. However, with the spin being, you can now purchase this instead of using your bank card or your credit card. You can now spend your Hbar to book your holiday. So this is again another great integration that we're seeing directly into enterprise use cases. So you can physically spend your Hbar tokens as a form of currency, which is great. We normally talk a lot about the Hedera platform and its use cases. However, here we're talking about the Hbar token and its use cases. And the Hbar token now has this great use case of sending you around the globe. Absolutely amazing. As we can see here, enabling crypto travel with Hbar. Article over on the Hbar Foundation's website. Again, as always, everything will be linked in the description for you guys. But Travala.com was founded back in 2017 and are backed by Binance. Travala.com as well as the leading cryptocurrency-friendly travel booking service with 2.2 million properties, 400,000 activities across 230 countries with 600 airlines serving them globally. So champion of cryptocurrency adoption, accepting over 50 leading cryptocurrencies along with traditional payment methods. Unbeatable prices via its best price guarantee. Smart users on Travala.com can also enjoy additional discounts and loyalty rewards for eligible bookings made on the platform. So absolutely bullish use case. So maybe if you guys are looking to do a holiday and we see some price appreciation with the Hbar token, maybe we could all come along and spend it on Travala.com. The final thing I wanted to touch on in terms of use cases for Hedera today is STARLING. So this is another one in the technology industry to do with data integrity. So comprehensive set of tools and principles that empower organizations to securely capture, store, and verify human history. So obviously they're here looking at the Holocaust testimonies that have been collected, as well as election coverage photos, etc. So loads of different elements from history in the making. I'm sure they're probably deployed with the world conflict that's going on at the moment as well. So the challenge being is to guarantee the integrity of media's metadata. STARLING sought a public ledger to record the immutable and tamper-proof hashes. Again, if you guys are following the geopolitical issue that we're seeing at the moment in the world between the Russian Federation and Ukraine, there is a lot of social media posts and media that's false, to put it simply. It's not actually real, it's not what's happening, it's propaganda, or it's just completely inaccurate. And use cases like STARLING are here to sort of help rectify that and record them in an immutable, non-modifiable way. That is what immutable means. It means to not be modified effectively. It is set in stone. And so the metadata, which is like the location, the time, loads of different sort of information about where that piece of media was captured, is recorded and stored so that you can verify its integrity. And this would be fantastic if you saw an image posted on Twitter. STARLING's solution would allow you to see the metadata of that photo. Okay, they're claiming it was taken this year, but you can see in the metadata that the photo was snapped in 2017 in a completely different country in a different part of the world. Therefore, it is not valid information. So really good use case in terms of combating misinformation and the spread of potentially dangerous information as well at the same time. So STARLING framework relies on Hedera consensus service in conjunction with the other decentralized technologies for a robust, privacy-preserving yet publicly auditable solution. So verifiable records on Hedera, something that we've discussed about many, many times. Amazing stuff anyway. That was kind of it really for the majority of use cases on Hedera today in the update. The last thing I just wanted to touch on is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the Hedera team is actually having a webinar tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. So the marketing team will present the 2022 strategic and tactical marketing plan along with key performance metrics. We hope to see you then. So really interesting stuff, and I will be covering the outcome of this meeting in tomorrow's video if it's live by the time I drop a video. If not, it'll be the day after. But really excited and interested to see what Hedera has planned for the coming months, especially with big things coming in Q2, such as staking. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, drop a comment, engage with these videos, and over on my Twitter account. I absolutely love interacting with you all, and I'm really happy to see that we're all kind of growing this community and sort of sharing in that together. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.